if you read 1,000 books on success, you will not hear about this little known, little talked about, little understood, true secret, the common denominator that all wealthy people engage in is described in this segment.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
Another area that we talked about in a segment that got a lot of comments was one of the greatest kept money-making secrets of all time. And there are a lot of things that we learn about when you read books. And look, I recommend books on this show. We have a great recommended reading list. In the Kevin Trudeau fan club, there's an extensive one. That's at ktfanclub.com. If you go there, we have an extensive list. But there's a short list that I recommended here in the show. And these books contain a variety of, we'll call them techniques and methods and tools that you can use that will help you make more money and manifest things in your life. And they've been proven. They've passed the test of time. But there is a secret. There's a great secret that most people don't talk about. And it's one of the greatest kept money-making secrets of all time. And I talked about it on the show. And it's one of the reasons why we have the fan club and also the reason why we have the Global Information Network. So take a watch at this segment and learn about what I don't think you will, if you read 1,000 books on success, you will not hear about this little known, little talked about, little understood, true secret, the common denominator that all wealthy people engage in is described in this segment. Take a watch. The greatest kept money-making secret of all time is if you look at anybody and everybody who makes money. Now let's define this first off. Because if you have $1 million in net worth, you're called a millionaire. That means nothing. A millionaire started as an amazing level of success back in the early 1900s. So in 1910, if you were a millionaire, in today's money, that means you had over $100 million in assets. That's what you were worth. So a millionaire today means nothing. So it starts at $100 million. So unless you have or have had $100 million in assets, and back in those days, it was in cash. It wasn't in real estate and stocks that you couldn't sell. It was in cash money. It was in cash, $100 million in cash. And a person was earning back then between 8 and 10% dividends or interest a year on that money. So in today's world, let me put this in perspective. Somebody has $100 million and that money, they don't have to work a day in their life. That money earns them approximately $1 million a month. So just imagine that you don't work. You don't have a business or a job. You do nothing. But every month, $1 million is deposited into your bank account. And it will be for the rest of your life. Okay, you got to pay taxes on it. But can you live? I mean, you might struggle a little, I suppose, right? That's wealth. And that's really where it starts. It's having complete financial freedom and independence. You don't have to work a day in your life, and you're making about $1 million a month. Your money and assets are paying you, and you don't have to go to a board meeting. You don't have to do any consulting. You don't have to make a phone call. You don't have to do anything. You are 100% financially independent. That's what financial independence and freedom means. You don't have to do anything, and the money just keeps pouring in and pouring in and pouring in. And I'll tell you, when you start, in the days before apps, phone apps and everything, now you can check the bank balance. Back in my day, I'd always call my banker, no matter where I was in the world. How much money was deposited into my account today? $87,500 today, Mr. Trudeau. That was a good day. Thank you very much. The next day I'd call, how much was deposited into my account today? Today was $24,000. Thank you very much. And I would call every day and he would tell me how much money was deposited into my account. And no matter where I was in the world, back then you had American Express offices, I would say, I happen to be in Bellagio in Italy right now, and I'd like to get some money. My pleasure, sir. How much would you like? We'll send it to the American Express office. Let me find one for you, and I'll call you back, and you go there, and you get the money. I mean, it was a different world. Today, it's even easier. But that's financial freedom and independence, being able to just do whatever you want, be able to pay for it, and have money just pouring in without you doing anything. If you look at all the people today that are in that category, that's real money. What is the one thing that's different with them compared to everybody else? There's one thing, by the way. There's one. Did I tell you? There's one. There's only one. Is there two? No, there's one. There's one difference. There's one thing that they all have versus everybody else. That one thing is they're all a member of a private association, secret society, or private club or private group. Every single one of them. Being part of either, let's call it Skull and Bones at Yale University, or a member of the Harvard Alumni Club, a lot of billionaires in that, or a member of some of the other secret societies or groups that have been very powerful, such as Freemasons. Some of them are members of just very exclusive country clubs or other groups or associations. There's a group called YPO, Young Presidents Organization. There's a lot of groups. Every one of these people are part of a group of like-minded people, which means they're motivated, they're successful, they're enthusiastic, they're positive, they are big dreamers, they are creators, they're manifestors. And when you get that group together, just like I talked about earlier in the meditation segment, you have a exponential effect of power. What this does, it does something very specific to the brain. Just the other day, I was watching a very good video, and I'm going to get more data on it, because this is what I've known. Quite frankly, I was shocked that there's actual real research done on this today, because this is one of the secrets that we knew for a long time. It's the hippocampus in the brain is small in poor people, and it's big in rich people. It basically creates a vibration and frequency that attracts money into your life. In all wealthy families, in all testing, that part of the brain is bigger in the offspring in wealthy families and smaller in poor communities and poor families. It's not racial. It has to do with how much money you're making. And this is a biological thing. We know with brain testing, the biology of the brain, such as the pineal gland and the hippocampus and others, affect the vibrational frequency that you can put out. This is why when somebody is trying to use the law of attraction and they're trying to visualize their goals and feeling now as if they were in attainment of those goals and putting out that vibration, some people get results and some people don't. Those who don't get results, if you just look in the brain, the hippocampus is very small. So they can't broadcast properly. They have too much counter-intention frequency going against them. Those that do manifest, it's very large. And so the question is, how does it get large? If you have it small, can it get bigger? Yes. Yes. That's what the money processes are all about. That's what the training that's in part of the Global Information Network, the Success Master Course. And that's why I put together the Global Information Network. You know what the number one fastest way to make that grow and get faster is associating with other like-minded people. That's why the Global Information Network was set up, so that people could then, for the first time, start associating with others, and that synergistic effect at major weekend functions or day functions, or just group masterminds when they're on a Zoom call together, or just calling each other. That interaction with other like-minded people helps it grow, which is why it's always large and wealthy families, because they're always interacted and they're connected on a DNA level. When you're a member of our club, you get connected by going through an induction ceremony with the other members. And this helps that grow. This is the number one thing that can help that grow, which can help you manifest goals, dreams, and desires in your life. And then doing the money processes obviously blows out all those charges. And this is why when people left the money process, they're walking into walls. If I were to test them, the size of their that part of the brain is going to go up dramatically. It would go up dramatically. So, and this is why when we do the money processes, and there's the email address if you want more information, just write moneyprocesses@kevintrudeau.com. But this is why when people come into Chicago to do the money processes, I take everybody to dinner. So that night, after the money process, I take them all to dinner. This way I can put my frequency and energy into the whole group. And this is the magic. This is now scientifically proven to be true. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.